sucking the life out of the host. It is not easy to disentangle with a parasite, because when you try to implement a change, for instance, that will ensure that it becomes uncomfortable and maybe leaves, you are basically giving it enough room to adapt to the change. That change, you are implementing a change to make it uncomfortable and leave, but it will not leave. It will rather adapt to that change. So the best way to disconnect from a parasite is by totally cutting off the ties you have with it. Totally. You don't even negotiate with a parasite. You cut off. That is how you treat a parasite. Like in the case of cancer, for instance, it must be cut off and burnt even. Only then will one be free from the blood-sucking parasite. And remember, if you wait long enough, the parasites might, they call it I'm trying to remember what they call it in medicine. They say it will metastasize. That means it will run all over your body. You know, the cancer tissues will run all over your body, leading to the person's death. If you hear that somebody in Odi was massacred, or somebody in Olo was massacred, and you are living in Ebema, you are living in somewhere else, you now feel, oh, it has not reached my turn. I want you to know this. Your silence will only embolden the killers to come for you. That is for sure. Your silence, as long as you are silent, you are giving them more impetus. You are giving them more, they are more emboldened to come and say, okay, we have dealt with this one and nothing happened. We can deal with these ones and nothing else will happen. You only embolden it by your silence. Your silence actually means that, oh no, you agree with the killing of these other people. And you know what? When they come for you, the moment they decide, okay, it is your turn, trust me, nobody will come to save you. You can bet on that, because the same, it takes one person to start. It just takes one person. As soon as you rise up and say, you know what, this shouldn't be happening, we cannot let this happen, then they would know, okay, these people are actually not sleeping. We thought they were sleeping, but they really are not. Let us step back a bit. You must always stand up for the oppressed. If not, you will definitely be oppressed. You must always stand up for the oppressed. Always. No matter what. No matter the cost. Follow the lead of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Follow the lead of those who are working day and night to ensure that lives are saved, to ensure that our land is safe, and to ensure that our parents go to farm without fear. Do not wait until it gets to you. Remember that a stitch in time saves 9. I really am not. I'm feeling so down because of this. This, my brothers that were laid to rest today. It's I want all of us to remember them. Remember them. Remember others as well. Others. Remember them. This is where I will hang. I will end today's conversation, today's tutorial. And God willing, we will be here again on Sunday. And we will talk more about this parasitic relationship. I believe that there is still a lot more to talk about. Unfortunately, I was unable to open up the lines because of several reasons. But be rest assured that on Sunday, I will open up the lines. Now you have the time to actually go and do something. And then we can come back on... we will come back on Sunday and really discuss. On Sunday, trust me, I will not be talking much. I will open up the line almost the entire time for people to have expressed their opinion. From me, this is good night. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. I really appreciate all of you that has tuned in. I say, me Elohim Ezechuko Kikabia Monye Premi Henile. Bless be and abide with our leader. Bless be and abide with all of us as we continue in this journey, in this restoration project. Thank you very much. And good night, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you.
To fight my poker. It's M. Josh Oh, yeah. It's time to break loose from the chain. It's hard to fight my poker. It's M. Josh Oh, yeah. It's time to break loose from the chain. From the chain. It's hard to fight my poker. It's M. Josh Oh, yeah. To break loose from the chains, it's time for our freedom, Africa. Cause we can never let them negotiate our freedom, no. Hundreds of years is gone. No Messiah came for the black man. Told us that Jesus died for us, but the black man still they suffer. The truth be said, Africa will rise at the right time, and the time we're waiting for is right now. No one can hold the truth for a long time. Oh no. So stay awake. The sun is risen from the east, and the Messiah you're waiting is right here, and no one is gonna try to stop that. I can hear a great call for justice. Freedom, let the sun rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, free Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, song of salvation. Freedom, let Africa rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Freedom for domination is celebrated. Black man.
Elites, as Africa's politics have fallen into the hands of elites, as the Nigerians would call them. These are Africa's politics have fallen into the hands of elites, as the Nigerians would call them. These are a class of people who are pure business politicians, and business and politics go together in Africa. You cannot stand as a poor man. I came across a wonderful example the other day from Kenya, where a man who cycled around on a bicycle was trying to get himself elected, and the people just laughed at him and they say, "You've only got a bicycle, what can you do for us? We need a big man with a big car with money. That's the politician we need to." So there's this mentality which I think has allowed a very small group of people to take over those countries politically but also economically, and that's why you have something like, I think the World Bank says, between 60 and 70% of Africa's capital shifted out of the continent. It's in banks in Europe and Asia and maybe America as well. But these people just do what the colonialists did, which was suck the wealth out and shift it overseas. And until that changes, that is, until there's a new generation or even a revolution that actually takes power back to African people, I think those problems, that lack of development, will continue. Africa's politics have fallen into the hands of elites, as the Nigerians would call them. These are a class of people who are pure business politicians.
Are responsible for how can they tell you that demons are responsible for your poverty? The demons are the ones delaying your destiny, and you are scared. Whenever you hear demon, you want to. We have been living with demons. John 10:10 said, "The thief cometh but to do what? To steal, to kill, and to destroy." So anybody who steals is what? The thief. Somebody who kills is what? And somebody who destroys is what? The thief. Okay. Who has been stealing in this country? Who are those that have been stealing? Are they not in government? When one person will carry 5 billion naira and nothing will happen. They have been stealing, and from stealing, what happens? Have they not killed? Have I not told you before? Somebody steals money meant for doing road, and the road is not done, and people die out of accidents. Has that person not killed? Because stealing and killing go together. And when you kill, have you not destroyed? Hospitals that would have been built in the country, people stole the money. To the extent that even Aso Rock Clinic, that budgets are done every year, running into billions, cannot even treat. Can't treat our president. Can't even treat no simple this thing. But the budget was done. What happened to the money? It was stolen. Abi, who stole it? I'm asking, who stole it? It's not human being like you, flesh and blood, that we even live with. Some of them even come to church. So this is my problem with some men of God who make our problem look like it's a demonic problem. So we must be doing deliverance. No, the demons, see, I cannot fear the devil anymore because we live with them. His cousins, his nieces, his sisters, his brothers, his uncles, they are in our legislators. What do they call themselves? Legislature. They are in the judiciary, they are in the presidency, they are in the local government, they are in the state government. We live with them. They have been killing. So why would anybody now frighten you and tell you demons? See, demons have even gone to God to report Nigerians. That the things they have not done, Nigerians are doing what? Are saying they are the one. Face your fear. Meaning know the right fear to face. Know where your problem is actually coming from. Otherwise you just keep, and that's part of the problem I have with these mighty men of God who will tell poor parishioners or poor Christians that your destiny has been stolen by a demon, Abi, or by one spirit. Come for deliverance. But the destiny thieves are all over there. Then when these mighty men of God have chance to meet with these destiny thieves, these demons, what do? They will not deliver them. They will rather take pictures with them and come and show us how connected they are. But then they will now come to the poor ones and tell them that the demons that are holding your destiny, you come and do 21-day fasting and prayer, but you will meet with the men demons and you will not deliver them so that Nigeria will be good. Face your fear. Leave demons alone. You hear me? If the devil comes, if you wake up at night and you feel it's the devil that woke you up, I want to kill him. Tell him, bro, my next door neighbor said, even was past you, have survived him or her. I'm not scared of you. We have seen most of our problem, most of the things you guys are made to be scared of in the spiritual, those are not the problems of Nigeria. I am telling you with all conviction. It is not demons that came from hell and took the money that is meant to purchase arms for our military. That bandits can enter a village and slaughter people in hundreds and do everything they are doing and go. No arrest. Have you ever heard that bandits were arrested and prosecuted in this country? Is it demon? Are they demons? If your destiny, you'll be busy binding and casting destiny demons, and I beg, if I hear.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. Today is the 11th day of the 8th month being August in the year of our Lord 2022. I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers, even your enemies, onto this hallowed platform, because this is where we preach enlightenment. That is the basis of the Biafra restoration. Enlightenment, that is number one. Thinking in another way, because the way we have been thinking, the way we have been reasoning, we really saw that it was fundamentally flawed. That is why we need to start reasoning in another way. And you cannot do that without being mentally emancipated. Do you understand? You can never do that without being mentally emancipated. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you once again to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform in order to draw nearer to your listening devices, to listen to the gospel of emancipation, where we learn from each other. Do you understand? Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu. Our leader is Mazi Okuchukwu Kanu, who is still in the enemy dungeon. The zoo government is playing a delay tactics game. We understand, but our leader must be free. That is the reality. It doesn't matter whatever it takes. Our leader must be free. Therefore, without taking much time, because I'm not going to be long on this program because of other very important schedule, let us pray.
Chukwu okike abịama, Chukwu na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo, Chukwu mara onye aka ya dị ọcha na onye obi ya dị ọcha. Nwoke si na ya ji ọfọ, nwaanyị si na ya ji ọfọ, mana ọfọ mara onye ji ya. Ụkpaka na-agba n'udo mmiri ọ chụrụ ọzụọ. Gaa n'ogwe o mechi ụzọ osi mpịara na-azụ nwa igiriga ọgụ nke mmụọ. Ọ gịnị ka m ga-etu gị ka o zuolo gị? Asị m n'oge akara aka eluo, ịbụ mmụọ ka mmụọ, ibe ka ibe. Chukwu okike onye obiọma sị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Mmụọ niile m na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ, oke mmụọ. Mmụọ niile m na-ejere ozi asị m unu binye elu. Tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra, tetenụ n'ụra. Asị m n'ọnwụ unu nwoke bụ nwa eze Chukwu bụ ụzọ mba aka ji ọfọ Igbo ọzọ eme nte eme ime. Ọ sị m nọ ya nọ n'etiti unu taa. Ọsọ unu binye enu n'oge akara aka eluo. Mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie asị m gị binye. Mmụọ na-afụ na ife afụ na nzuzo asị m gị binye. Otu ọfọ ji eje ọgụ asị m unu binye. Ọfọ ndị Igbo niile asị m gị binye. Ọfọ ndị mmiri asị m gị binye. Ọfọ ndị ikuku asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị osimiri asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị na-ebe asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị idodi ikwu na-eme asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị amambara asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị osimiri nji aba asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị ala Igbo niile asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị ọgba asị m gị binye. Eze nwaanyị anike wawa asị m gị binye. Oke arụsị na n'ike ojuru nwa na-aga anị asị m gị binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Igirigi ọgụ mmụọ. Asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọkwa nwa dike. Asị m dododo unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola. Asị m unu binye unu bịa tara ọjị na chijiri eji efola. Nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ. Mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Igbo dị ndụ. Mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị ndụ. Mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka ụmụ Biafra dị ndụ. Asị m unu binye n'oge akara aka eluo. Asị m na gboo dike mbọsị ihe ike mere ọ ga-achọ nwa dike. Ọ sị na mberede nyiri dike na mberede ka o ji ama nwa dike. Ọ ya ka m ji akpọ unu n'isi Ọhamadike. Ọhamadike bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ya nwa bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Otu mkpụrụ anya ji isi ụgwọ. Otu ọnụ na-ekwuchitere mba niile. Ụkpaka na-agba n'udo mmiri na-agba n'oge nke ya. Asị m unu binye n'isi ya. Nye ogologo ndụ na-arụ isi ike. Napụta ya na-eke, napụta ya n'orie, napụta ya n'afọ, napụta ya na nkwọ. Asị m na ahịa akara aka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ, na ahịa akara aka agaghị eri Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu gaa napụta Nnamdi Kanu na-eke, napụta ya n'orie, napụta ya n'afọ, napụta ya na nkwọ. Asị m mee ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma. Ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogiri lacha. Chukwu okike abịama, onye jiri mmiri siri ike kpọọ aja were aja siri ike kpọọ mmadụ. Asị m na taata bụ ụbọchị eke n'ala Igbo. Asị m na eke ga-eketara Nnamdi Kanu ndụ. Eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe. Oke ga-eketara ya ndụ. Oke ga-eketara ya Biafra. Oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe. Oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro, kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ. Asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ekwensu ga-anọ n'ụra, ndị ilo ya ga-anọ n'ụla. Ọkwa na ekwe osu. Asị m gịnị bụ ekwe osu? Asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ya bụ ndị ilo ga-anọ n'ụra. Ọha bụ ndị ọha nwa bụ ekwe osu. Asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra. Na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube. Asị m na ọnụ kwụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma. Asị m ọbịa igbu ikwu Nnamdi Kanu bụ onwe ya. Onye sị na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị adị ndụ, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Onye sị na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta, onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri. Ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lacha. Osisi abụla oturu ga-emeche wee kwele. Onye asị na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta, asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee kwuo ya na ị ga-ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya. Asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ maazị Nnamdi Kanu aka, asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ. Osisi ahụ fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu wee tọọ nkwe, asị m ikuku futuo gị. Anya ọbụla fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu kwawa akwa alịla, asị m alịla akọrọ ya n'anya. Onye fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu cheta ihe gburu nwa ya, ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya, maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị. Chukwu okike abịa ma, asị m na belede nyiri dike belede ka ọ ji amawa dike. Asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose, ọ dadị ukwu ose enu. Na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdi Kanu mana ha ama mkpata ya aka. Ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri odido jiri odido enyi ozu. Na ọkwanụ nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama mfụ ya anya. Asị m na eje anaba isi ije. Asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eje na ọ ga-ana. Asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye na ọba bụ nwanne. Inye agaghị eri Nnamdi Kanu maka na ọ bụ nwi. Asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-adị ka echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri, ọ bụrụ ije nkụ. Asị na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmiri. Asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo. Asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welere. Asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu. Gaa tụnye ugo, gaa nye ya mmeri, gaa nye ya mmeri, gaa nye ya mmeri. Tụnye ugo n'elu ugo, nye ike n'elu ike, nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ. Ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu n'efufe. Unu nye Nnamdi Kanu ndụ, onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin, onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo n'ofufe. A sị na ya kara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ. Ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdi Kanu bụ ka nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo, ka nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra, ka nwee ike wee kwuchi anyị ọnụ, ka ha nwee ike wee kachi anyị ọnụ, ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ. Mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri, ndị nwe ikuku, ndị nwe anyanwụ, mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie, mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ, mmụọ niile ọ kwafọrọ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra. Asị m unu binyenu, asị m unu dododo na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a, ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ, ọkwa na unu ga-aga bori ahịa, ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere unu n'aka anaghị ele ule. Asị m dododo igiriga ọgụ mmụọ. Eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo, mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo, asị m unu binye, maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị aṅụ mmiri, onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu. Nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta. Onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri. Onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ. Onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya. Asị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa, mmiri ọ na-ebubu ụzọ. Asị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya. Asị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya. Onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eli nnu, asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee lie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdi Kanu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa ama.
Ise. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE, coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. For your information, or Fondoko, that is the language of heaven, or Fondo, that is it. That is who we are. Therefore, we must continue. As I said, I will not take much time because of another very important schedule in no distant time. But I will go into a little bit on on some headlines or some news that made headlines. There are many news anyway, but there are the ones that we could see that made headlines. I want to start about Sierra Leone government imposes nationwide curfew from 3 p.m. daily as increased anti-government protest. Do you know that in Sierra Leone, in a small country, Sierra Leone, they are protesting? This is a sign of human being. We talk about Africa generalizing, but let me tell you, Nigeria is the dead end. I used to say it. The worst that happened to Nigerians is their media. Their media. They always make light of very serious issues. That is why you see Nigerians, they are like zombies. Yeah, I call Nigerians zombies. Our leader one time, he said, Nigerians are zombies. Do you know the reason? One of the main factors is the Nigerian media. They made everybody docile. When they are reporting on something very serious that they should be reporting with alacrity. Body movement matters, or body language. It matters a lot. The way you report issues, the way you say something, even on air, it matters a lot to the listeners. If serious issues are being spoken in a very serious way, it will energize people into taking actions. But the Nigerian media, they have learned these tactics of stepping down Nigerians. Do you know, during the massacre, NSAS massacre of last 2 years, the Nigerian media, Channels Television and Co. You know why this station used to come out on my mouth first. I hate that station with passion. Before God and man, I hate that station with passion. I see the people that are reporting there, the journalists, I see them as demons, number one demons we are seeing. Because the way you see them, the girls there, we all know everything. Anyway, the idea not to, they don't understand the profession they are engaged. That journalism is a very great profession with integrity. A profession that you should be proud of, that in order to change lives, in order to direct people in the normal way. But when they come out, they come out on video, all to showcase themselves. After all, politicians, they are eating and dining with politicians. So the female, they take them to Dubai for shopping, to America for shopping. They so the quagmire favors them. If I'm seeing them, I'm on with them no be, honestly. Because they make light. When you see serious things that happening in a country, instead of them to act serious the way they report issues, they laugh. They step it down. According to CNN, not we, not CNN figure, they say people were shot and killed in Lekki. Lekki, that is in their studio. When they look down from the window, they will be seeing Lekki. But people without integrity, because of lack of integrity, they are quoting a foreign media thousands of kilometers from where they are as making investigation, whereas they are there, they cannot do it. I'm not aware that there is something terribly wrong. There is something terribly wrong. Sierra Leone people, the population of Sierra Leone, they are in a daily, not one day, daily protests against government. If you understand, let me read a bit. The government of Sierra Leone has imposed a nationwide curfew starting from 3 p.m. daily over the increasing protests against President Julius Maada Bio's government. There has been intense anti-government protests in the country as Sierra Leoneans demand the president's resignation. Can you do that in Nigeria? People don't understand that this is one of the main tenets of democracy. People can rise up and protest and say, look, we gave you our mandate in order to be there, but because of your inability to carry on your duty to our liking, because you are not doing it for yourself, you are doing it for the people, now we want you to resign. And there ends it. It is one of the important factors of democracy, if you don't know. But animals, Neanderthals in Nigeria, all they know, like they are queuing up now, electioneering campaign. There are people that will be given 1 cup of rice, some Indomie, that useless food, poisoned food. Will be true. I saw during the Anambra gubernatorial campaign. I saw, is it Ifanyoba? in a big truck, high truck, throwing Indomie, packets of Indomie to people. Oh, see, look at how they have relegated people to be pure animals, and you see people we are even dying, almost stampeding themselves in order to get even one person can grab one packet of Indomie, one packet, and they will be hustling it. Two people might be hustling one packet of Indomie until they will tear it into pieces. You know, all these things. You know, we are in a digital world. When foreigners are watching all these, the characters of Nigerians, they will look at you as a Nigerian in their country, and if they want, they slap you and tell you, hey, you are enjoying here. Look at what you should have been doing, picking packets of Indomie if you are in Nigeria. Because they don't know that people are watching from all over the world. That is where makes it worse. I'm telling you. Sierra Leoneans are protesting, but Nigerians that are suffering from multifaceted ailments, collapsing. People are going about their businesses as if everything is normal. Tomorrow, maybe he will go out, he will go to work, he will not come back. They say, hey, Jesus, no, Konya, hey, you're recording paper, hey, they don't kill him, hey, Fulani Hesmen, Babuya, hey, Jesus. You know, when you are looking the miserable wailing every time, and once they say that for 1 hour, finish, they continue. Just like chicken, as I used to say, Nigerians are chickens. You know, you go to poultry, just go to poultry house, just observe, make your observation, because sometimes you need to observe something to learn. Go to poultry farm, they have thousands of chickens, all of them healthy, eating and drinking, and they're shitting, playing around in their thousands in the poultry farm. You see them, they are happy. They didn't know that their end, what awaits each and every one of them, is the sword, the knife. Machine will remove their heads. Just imagine in a poultry where somebody come and buy maybe some pieces of live chickens, and it will be killed for the person. For example, I'm just giving you example. Maybe he bought 100 pieces, and it will be killed. They will be picking the chickens. Others will be doing their own business. Others will be busy eating. And those, they will be selected and taken out and killed, slaughtered. Others will continue their businesses as if nothing is happening. That is the way Nigerians are. Whereas even other Africans like Sierra Leone, they are rising up as a people in order to protest, at least to exercise your political right. Your right of a citizen to protest. They will say, hey, you kill, the military will kill. Do you know why the military kills? Because you are not plenty. Sometimes when I look at Nigerian protesters, I laugh. Retired personnel protesting. I look. You see them only few. Few of them, highest 50, sometimes 20. Who takes you serious? Teachers protesting. Now you look, maybe 30 of them. We not agree. Pay us our salary. We not agree. And other people will be going about doing their businesses as if it didn't concern them. That is how chickens behave. In Sierra Leone, everybody, all and sundry, they rose up. They are rising up in order to protest about the incapacity or the actions of the government. You understand? So, Nigerians, I don't know how to say it. What will be your red line, or what is your red line? In Nigeria, the way Nigeria is being structured, You can never have an overall protest. Look at how they brought down the NSAS protest of 2020. Very easy. They put they injected their normal virus. Oh, Igbo people. I used to say this. The hatred of Igbo being spread by the caliphate is what is holding Nigeria hostage today, and what is going to collapse is collapsing Nigeria. I'm telling you honestly. The hatred of the Igbos is like a blind spot with which the Fulani functions. A blind spot with which the Fulani Caliphate works. Whenever people want to look at them, look at Fulani terrorists everywhere, terrorizing a little set of people. Don't you see how absurd it is? In a population of 200 and something million, people that are not up to 3 million, even if as they brought their own people, they are not up to 3 million. They are terrorizing 219 million or 209 million. All that people are doing, shouting every time. They are in our forest. Hey, they have killed. They are now wow, Fulani, now wow. Don't you see that place is supposed to be wiped off? Because they are not supposed to exist. What is the galvanizing factor? The hatred of the Igbos. If people want to rise up, hey, they will tell them, hey, the Fulani, the Caliphate will spread their normal rumor. Oh, it's Igbo. You want to follow the Igbos? Hey, look, the Igbos, they will dominate you, and everybody will fall back, and the Fulani will subjugate, take control as they are doing. Do you see it? Do you see how they roll? Do you see how they roll? Oh, Igbos are destroying. It is Igbos are destroying your properties, Yoruba. You stupid! Now, wow, they are destroying these Igbos, destroying your Onabimugu. Now, wow, and you see comrades that should be fighting together. Now they start looking themselves. Nah, true. These Igbos now, wow, now I'm gonna go on a land. And tomorrow you say one Nigeria. That is the funniest part of it. You call your land, oh, it's my land. Oh, they should not protest here. It's your land. But you say we are all one Nigeria. Nigeria is a joke. It's just an illusion. The Fulani have been using this illusion in order to take control of everybody, subjugate everybody. Like what is happening? They're on top gear, where bandits, hundreds and thousands of motorbike bandits, Fulani terrorists will be going on the road. No police checkpoint, no military checkpoint, but you carry your car, private car, or carry your goods, be moving on the road. Every station you will see checkpoints everywhere. Every 500 meters, police checkpoint, they will stop you. But do you know that the Fulani terrorists, they call bandits, they used to carry three for one bike, and there will be thousands of bikes moving from state to state. No police checkpoints, no military checkpoints, no area surveillance see them. Nigerian military didn't see them. And zombies are moving around, doing their normal business. Naija we there. Before you know, terrorists will enter and hack everybody to death. I say, hey, Jesus, now wow, hey, these people don't die. Now me come out to, hey, Jesus, I thank you for keeping me alive. All of my people that were there, all of them, they were killed. And you will go and give testimony. And chickens will continue moving on, thinking that everything is okay. Take example from a small country like Sierra Leone. They are protesting. Can you do that? Against their government. Can you do that? We must continue. It's a Nigerian Maritime Agency, NIMASA scholars in the Philippines lament government's neglect, homeless, living in uncompleted building. Because you are Nigerians. The people they sent on training, maritime training in Philippines, They are homeless, they are stranded, living in uncompleted buildings. As animals they are, because that is where they should be. You know, Nigeria subjugates you, makes you, even if you want to feel that you are a professor. Nigeria, the system will subjugate you, relegate you to where you belong to. That animal Neanderthal you are. If you understand, that Neanderthal you are. Don't you see, even calling from the zoo, people calling from the zoo, it doesn't matter. Maybe, you know, I used to say it, and that is the way it is. Maybe some of the people calling, you know, in order to express their view, even on Radio Biafra, they call on Radio Biafra. Yes, but do you see the difficulties, the internet connectivity difficulties, and the direct line difficulty, connectivity problems from Nigeria, only in Nigeria. Do you see that? All the time frequenting, all the time. Maybe that individual, those individuals might be up to date. They have money, they have data. Maybe they have cars and castles, mansions, but the system relegates them to who they are, to where they belong to. Zoo animals. That is it. That is what Nigeria turns you to be. Oh, you are Nigerian. You are a Neanderthal. You are a zoo animal. Ask those sent by Nigerian government to study maritime in Philippines. They will be looking for bush where there is an uncompleted building, at least. And they will go and live inside uncompleted buildings. And people will know them that, oh, they are Nigerians, leave them. They are animals. The animals they are. Leave them. This is how their government is. This is how they are. Do you see what your government, your system is doing to you? Why not retaliate? Why not rise up against that system? That is what we are calling for. In order to ameliorate it, the Europeans did it during the time of European revolutions. And the result is what you are seeing today. The result is that you are dying to go to Europe. You are dying in Sahara Desert to go to Europe. You are lining up every morning to obtain French visa. That is the result. Because they took the bull by the horn. But you want to live like animals you are. And you continue. Nigeria is relegating you to live like that animal you are. That is the reality. We must continue. There is another news. Owo terrorist attack. Nigerian lawyer demands immediate prosecution of suspects by Buhari government. Says no more cover-ups. They are still investigating. They are now begging the Nigerian government to prosecute, to catch those people now, prosecute them. Terrorists. Which means there is no judiciary in Nigeria. Everything is onto the executive. So, it's no more. When you talk about democracy, the beauty of democracy is separation of powers. The judiciary, the executives, and the legislature. But here, a lawyer is demanding the executive. He said, please, prosecute the terrorists now that kill people, more than 40 people. And you say it's a country where lawyers that are supposed to galvanize themselves come up and tell people, look, this thing we should no longer accept it. Nigerians don't have red line, just like chickens don't have red line. As long as they are eating, you take one, you slaughter it. Others will continue eating until it reaches their turn. Now another one is morale is low. Our family is suffering while we suffer in bushes. Nigeria soldier writes to Buhari over unpaid July salaries. And these people, this military, I used to ask, in countries, the military, they are people that if you don't die today, you might die tomorrow through the barrels of gun. Anyhow, because that is what you signed for. And it's only in Nigeria that the military, they will be begging. The other time they say, they beg Nigerians, help us now to tell the government to be paying us. We are suffering, Nigerian military. And they have guns. Instead of using all those guns against their so-called superiors that are putting them in these magnanimous difficulties, they will turn it against poor people, miserable people worse than them that are suffering like them. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong in the mindset of black people, in the mindset of Nigerians, in the head of Nigerians? This is what we always try to eradicate. You military, you zombies. You know, fella called you zombie. Zombie now marching forward. Why not to talk every time you are crying and you have gun, you have what it takes? Why not turn your guns against all those your superiors? Every day you are hearing. They look at the other one, the other time. One soldier said, now Boko Haram and the Fulani headsmen and the ISWAP, they are now government boys, Nigerian government boys, we call them. The Nigerian military calls them. Because they receive order from above to not to harm them, but to catch them alive. And it takes 80 heads, 8 Nigerian soldiers to die for one Boko Haram terrorist to be caught alive. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong in the head of all those soldiers? Don't you see that? Young men and women that are being sent always to die, and they have guns, they have what it takes. Why not you are general, you just 5 people with guns? Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? But Nigerians cannot do it because they are chickens. It doesn't matter they are military. It doesn't matter. Where they are strong is where they show their strength. They exhibit their useless strength is where bloody civilians. Pack before you know, I will kill you and nothing will happen. But those that are causing them difficulties, making them to be miserable, they will spare them. They will correct, sir. They will guide them, protect them. And the people that are suffering like you, miserable military, you know, they will turn their guns against them. Don't you see that there is something terribly wrong on the mindset of people like this? Don't you see that? Don't you see? People that behave like this, they are not fit to live in this beautiful planet Earth. I'm telling you honestly. That is why, as our leader said, we are going to continue destroying Nigeria with the truth. And Nigeria is collapsed. Nigeria has collapsed already. It's destroyed. What is remaining of it? Nothing. Therefore, the military should do the needful. You know, they always say we will obey order. Do you know what is mutiny? Military mutiny. You disobey orders because you are serving the republic. Do you know what is the meaning of republic? It's for the public property. It's for the people. You are not serving any government. I could remember 2011 when the Arab Spring sprout out in Tunisia. The people were everywhere, the population. The then president, he gave an order for the military to shoot outside. But the military disobeyed orders. They say, Oga, if you don't run away, these people, they will come here, they will catch you, and if they catch you, they will tear you into pieces. The man have to run away. Because the military say they are serving the people, not one set of human beings or a government. They are not serving the government, they are serving the people. This is, you know, this is people that have brain, that reason. That is why they are progressing, because of the way they reason. But in Nigeria, they will turn their guns against the people that are trying to save everybody, protest and save everybody. That is what happened in Lekki Beach. Useless Neanderthals in military uniform, terrorists in military uniform. They will drive them over there and say, oh yeah, open up, open, shoot. And they will line up, start shooting people that are protesting for good lives for even them. Don't you see that there is something wrong in the head of these people, this set of people? Don't you see that? Whereas other military in other countries will refuse order. They will say no person should shoot. They will come out with their armored vehicles and say, we are with the people. Carry on, we are with you. No person will kill you. We are not serving any government. We are not serving any set of people. We are serving the republic. That is the people. It's people's property. Do you understand? Because it is the people that are paying them. The taxes you are paying through your keke na pepe, through your market dues, through any work you are doing. That is what is paying them. It's not all these politicians. The politicians are milking from what we are paying. Our taxes, the taxes from the people. Do you understand? That is ignorance of the people. You know, whenever you are selling and they come and collect any due from you, or you are driving car or keke or okada, anything, and you are stopped and they say government say pay this, pay that. That is the money, it's tax you are paying. Even in the market, you are selling orange, they come, they collect tax, market dues. It is tax. It is all those things that the government, the politicians are squandering. Do you know when people pay every minute 100 naira, 200 naira, 500 naira, in any way, money is entering, flowing in. Only very few set of people you'll be hearing. Do you know 100 naira by 1 million people? Do you know that is 100 million for a start? By 1 million people, that is 100 million immediately. Now one useless politician will come and swindle that money and use it to go to Dubai to carry gas. All these Chinese television newscasters, carry them go Dubai in order to enjoy the money you suffer every day. Because of ignorance, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. And you are hailing them. Now, wow. Hey, now look, I tap from your blessing. Politicians that are looting your own money. The money you are suffering every day, working day and night to pay. When you have a house anywhere, you pay taxes. Anything you are doing in the city, you pay something. That thing you are paying is what all these politicians are using, looting, and you are hearing it on television, on news, only billions. This one loot billions. These are money that comes from you. The money does not belong to politicians. All this military boys, why not organize yourself? After all, you are going to die. They send you to Zambeza forest, you will die. Why not organize yourself? Even if send a message. Why not send a message? You know, when 10 people gather and they plan one thing and they barricade generals, 2 generals, and say hold them hostage. Say we need to do something. We need to do something. You need to do something. Do this, do that. Your people are sending us to death. Today you are going to die. That is a message. Do you understand? But you don't have you are low life. You don't have red line. Do you understand? That is why instead of you to do something tangible, something that is dignifying, now you will go and continue, you go and be suppressing your fellow miserable ordinary Nigerian. You'll be suppressing, pack here Okada, or you pay 15 naira. If you don't, okay, I don't have money, I will kill you here now and nothing will happen. And you draw your gun and you shoot the person, kill him. Are you not more miserable than miserability? We must continue. I will go straight to the topic of my submission, because as I say, I'm not going to take long time here, please, because there are many things in the offing. There are many things, but I will not continue. Now, as I said, I will continue on this topic that I treated day before yesterday about the dangers of foreign influence, that is interference on local governance. Today I'm going to talk about independence. Talking about independence, is something we know, is something we sing every day, but we are going to continue reiterating it. I'm talking about the topic that says the dangers of foreign influence or interference on local governance. That is the topic of my submission today, and I'm going to talk about independence. Please just hold on. There is something I want to check. I want to check something before I continue. Okay. Okay. Do not also forget that tomorrow I will be here with Mazi Chinasanworu, Nikenkechukwu, and Mazi Nnachi, some members of the DOS, Mazi Chinasanworu and Mazi Ogechukwu Nnachi. They will be here. Please prepare your questions as usual, because tomorrow is going to be expository, interactive session by 7:30 BT, please. Tomorrow being Friday, the 12th day of August 2022. I will be here hosting some members of the DOS on an interactive session. Mazi Chinasanworu and Mazi Ogechukwu Nnachi, please do not miss this program. Bring your questions as usual. There will be some revelations as usual. And also, after tomorrow, which is Saturday being the 13th day of August 2022, our HOD, Mazi Chike Doziem, will be here also in order to talk to Biafrans. He will address Biafrans. The time is 7 p.m. BT. Please don't miss these two broadcasts. Friday and Saturday will be loaded. As I said, I will go into today's topic, but there is something that caught my attention. They say whether they they kidnap whether the daughter-in-law of Ango Abdullahi, the daughter-in-law of Ango Abdullahi. And I laugh. I say, look, these people, they think that we are non-entities. The other day they said that whether it's the son-in-law or nephew, I don't know, they kidnapped. And today they kidnapped his son-in-law. All these are political gimmicks. You know, I used to tell you, the Fulani, the only thing they know is politics. They will be bringing all these things, all these comedies. Do you know why? In order to absorb these people as being the sponsors of insecurity in our land. They say, no, it's touching everybody. It's touching even them. Do you see what they are doing? They will organize. Do you remember when, I think during the election, campaign time, in 2015, I think they say Buhari escaped bombing. He escaped bombing, assassination by a terrorist. I laugh. These people, they take all of us as a really primitive fools, in short, that don't reason. But lo and behold, IPOB, we reason. Do you understand me? We reason. You know, why they are doing this is to make you tag this Fulani terrorism. You tag it, you say no, it's not. You see, Ango Abdullahi, even his nephew is being kidnapped. Small thing, they kill him. So he's touching everybody. Do you see? That is the way they want you to. Hey, terrorists kidnap Nigeria elder statesman Ango Abdullahi's daughter-in-law a month after kidnappers freed son. India comedian. You know, Nigeria is a country of comedians, honestly. The Fulani, they are playing the comedy, you know, very well. And that is why they are on top. Because they play the comedy in order to deceive everybody. But they don't deceive, they can never deceive IPOB. Because we are Biafrans. I told you the other day about doing things for politics, political reason. You know? Now, this kidnapping. Oh, they kidnapped Ango Abdullah's daughter-in-law, and they freed his son the other day. These are the people. Ango Abdullahi. These are the people on the ground that are supporting, that are sponsoring this Fulani terrorism in Nigeria. Do you understand? They call him a elder statesman, and he is the leader of the youths. I don't know, Northern Youths Council. Do you see how? But he's an elder statesman. So it is very funny. Oh, they kidnap them. They will organize something, and after they will put it to the news. They will push it to the news and say it. And once you read it, say, "Now, wow! So this thing is not Fulani. Now, it's not only Fulani. They are not targeting. It's not about religion or neither about ethnicity. They are targeting everybody." These are the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. Do you understand? They are the sponsors. What we know, only they thought that we are stupid because they are on top. But we must continue. So, as I said, the dangers of foreign influence or interference on local governance. Today, I'm going to talk about quickly on independence. Something you talk about every day, because when in order to escape foreign influence or interference on local governance, what you ask for is independence. Countries seek for independence in order to govern themselves in their own way and for their own good, to escape from foreigners controlling their lives. Do you understand? But Nigeria entered from frying pan into fire because of miscalculations, factors like miscalculation, political miscalculations, greed, selfishness, name it. They entered from frying pan into fire, and today everybody is suffering. Mostly we Biafrans are suffering. When you talk about suffering, people don't understand. Some useless politicians and individuals, they say, no, where is not marginalized? Everywhere is marginalized. Not lie. There is something we Biafrans, there is no Biafran, as long as I know, that is not self-made. Do you understand? We work very hard. No government aid, no government help. We work very hard in order to be who we are, in order to reach our the way we are. But the caliphate is milking us. Don't you know that we can do more better when we have the ability, when we can control our own lives, and we structure things so that government we will be helped, we'll be working with our government. Don't you see that? Do you know the most important liberation that Europeans did, that is helping Europeans advance, or advanced countries today, is the liberation of finance? I don't know whether people understand what I'm saying. The liberation of ego to everybody, to citizens. If you understand, you have the right to take loan, not with stringent conditions. Because the money everybody is paying as tax, or that is being gotten through the natural resources on the ground or anywhere in the land, it belongs to everybody. So that finance, why allow it to only be used by only few politicians? They liberalize it so that you can easily get loan from your government in a jiffy. I say in a jiffy. People don't understand what loan without even interest, with little or no single interest. Do you know what it means? If you do it in our land, do you know what it will serve? People are seeking for capital. They have things they want to do, but their only problem is capital, ego. to start it up. But no way, no government aid. There is no way to get capital. That is why women, they prostitute themselves. They go for hookups in order to raise capital. I used to watch some of all these pranks where, you know, they say, okay, girl can agree to do anything just to get any 100,000 naira, even as little as 50,000 naira. If you ask, they say, oh, why are you doing this? They say, you know, I don't have job, but I learned this, I want to make yogurt, but I don't have the capital. People don't understand what it means to liberalize capital in a country. That is the highest potential. Once you have electricity, now you liberalize capital. Capital will be flowing everywhere, touching everybody. As long as you are working or you can do something. You understand? And if you misuse it, you go to jail. There is no pity about it. You understand? That is how it is. If you misuse it, you lose that right. You lose that right to capital, to government capital. If there is something like that, you know, there will not be, insecurity will go. Because people will engage themselves in what's the reason why they come into this world. Many discovered it, but in order to showcase it, no way, no capital. So they have to enter into armed robbery. They have to enter into Yahoo boys, Yahoo, in order to raise capital. They have to enter into one illegal or illegitimate job or the other in order to raise capital. In that way, you know, they become carried away. Do you see? And that person, that had it been when the person was fresh, his or her brain was fresh, he was looking for capital. If capital provided, the sky will be the limit. This is the reason why we are the most marginalized, because we have something upstairs, but no government tapping, nothing. Instead, they will start telling you everybody is marginalized. How can you compare me to Almajiri? How can you compare Biafrans to Almajiris that are being stagnated, that are being prevented from being prevented from even education, from going to school, from developing their brains? How do you compare somebody that is aspiring to go high and you curtail him with somebody that don't even want, he's sleeping, he don't even want to rise up, talk less of moving a step high. He is contented with being asleep. But somebody that he have been awoke since 5 a.m. He wants to go somewhere, wants to go high, but you hold him hostage. You tell him, stay with this person that is sleeping. That person, when they wake him, he say, I beg, I don't want to go anywhere, I don't want to do anything. And after you be comparing the two together, oh, they are marginalized. All of them are marginalized. This one, he wants to go higher. He wants to go out to look for something to do, to eat. But this one, he don't want to even rise up to bath, to brush his teeth. He is sleeping. You call him, say, please, it's the daybreak. He say, I beg, I don't want to go anywhere. You without for hunger, he say, no problem, I don't want to go. Now, but this person that wants to go out, you hold him hostage and tied him inside the same room with the person that is sleeping. And when they are hungry, you know, you tell them, oh, you people are being marginalized equally. Are you reasonable at all? Are you reasonable? You know, we Biafrans, we are like Lamborghini, sports cars, that are new sports car chassis that are going on the road, running on 50 kilometers an hour. The reason, being blocked by 1911, heavily laden 911, that is running his best speed, and the best speed is 50 kilometers an hour. For that 911, he's moving he's doing great. But for the private car behind him, that one is blocking your road. Do you see the situation we are in Nigeria? We waited for the caliphate. Our people, Nnamdi Azikiwe, waited for the caliphate in order to be ready for independence, and waited for years so that for them to be updated, so that they can liberate themselves as one country, which Britain sentenced them to be, which Azikiwe didn't have the foresight to think about. Now, after, are you ready? Ahmad Bello say, okay, before I'm ready. Nigeria will belong to me, so before I become even part of that Nigeria. And they say, no problem, take it. We are still waiting for them till today. That is why cutoff marks are different. In the south, cutoff marks to enter into Nigerian Unity School, Federal School, the same school, you can get it 200. If you don't have 200 points, you will not get into Nigerian Federal School. But in the Sharia North, where we are still waiting for them, they say cutoff mark, they say 2, score 2 points. Is it not still waiting for them? You that have 198, they say no, you cannot go. It is Nigeria, it is one Nigeria. But the person that have 2 points in Jigawa, they are clapping for him or her to enter. What do you see? Is it not still? Are we not still waiting for them to be ready? So that when he, after finishing the 4 years, which he didn't study nothing, he will be lording it over you. He will become the head of parastatal. And you yourself, after you will get 240 and you will be admitted, and you will come out with flying colors, A, distinction, everything. But lo and behold, you will be under the person that cannot even do anything, because he's from the north. He's a northerner. He's a caliphate. What do you say about it? We are all marginalized. They will be pushing you to wrong side of argument, for the wrong side of things you cannot, so that you cannot think. They will tell you, where is poverty most? Is it not in the north? Come on. We don't want to be poor. We are working very hard, but they are in the south, in Biafra land. We don't want to be poor. That is not our make. You understand? But the Fulani, they have Almajiris, which they stagnate. They want to be poor, so that they become useful tools, willing tools in the hands of their emirs and their politicians. But we that wants to move high as human beings, to contribute to the country we belong to, no way. And tomorrow you have your master's degree, but you are riding a Naga, you are riding Okada. A Fulani boy will be riding Okada. They will classify two of you as the same. Not everybody is marginalized. If you are talking, they are talking. Don't you see the difference? Nigeria obtained her flag independence in 1960, but is Nigeria really independent? The answer is capital no. Yes, the world is a global village. There is no doubt about it, where countries and nations need each other in order to carry on their economic activities, which is the most important determining factor in a country's advancement. Yes, these interdependent activities should be done with mutual respect and win-win situations for both countries. It shouldn't be a one-sided beneficiary situation. But the former European colonizers found ways to bypass this mutual beneficiary situation by investing on the greed of people in authority in Africa through their so-called democracy, in order to have the country ruled to their benefits. Do you understand? In order to have the countries ruled to the benefits of the European countries. In the case of Nigeria, the madness of the Fulani Caliphate is to conquer and control others. The madness of the Fulani Caliphate, which is to conquer and control others, is the main factor for Nigeria being a vassal state for the British Empire. You understand? when we talk about vassal, a vassal state or a country is a country with varying degrees of independence in its internal affairs, but dominated by another state or country in its foreign affairs and potentially wholly subject to the dominating state. When you talk about vassal state, number one is Nigeria. Number one is Nigeria. We are presidential candidates. Before any presidential candidate, they go to take permission and give their account of what they will do, how they will represent the British interests very well. They will go to number 10 Downing Street for a secret meeting. Have you seen that before? Do you see? Do you see in any case whereby an Indian presidential candidate or prime minister candidate will zoom off and fly and go to number 10 Downing Street in order then after he will come back and continue campaigning? Have you seen it before in your life? If any Indian candidate does that, let me tell you, he will remain in London. He will be granted persona non grata in India. He will no more come back to India, because they will ask him, bring the audio video of what you go there to do, otherwise remain there in London. Do you know why? Because India is independent. Yes, it was a construct, a conglomerate, an amalgamate of the British. Yes, but they are wise. Before independence, they reorganized themselves, restructured themselves, and went back to their roots, to the consternation of Britain. That is why they sent Frederick Lugard to come to Nigeria, and they warned him not for the actions that happened in India, for it not to take place in this black country of the Neanderthals. Let it not take. He must make sure to amalgamate, to hold fast that these people should not go like the Indians. Do you see? This is the reason why you see presidential candidates in Nigeria. They first of all go to London in order to give account of what they want to do for Britain if they take office. Do you understand? That is the reason why you see the Nigerian presidents going to London in order to take medication. You understand? Can you see that can you see that in India, where an Indian prime minister, Sikh Indian prime minister, travels to London for Medicare? Have you seen it? If you've seen, I've not seen, you let me know, please, because here we learn. I've not seen it. Don't you understand that you should question yourself? Why is this? Because Nigeria is not truly independent. You understand? They are serving the caliphate, is serving the interests of the British because of their madness, in order to conquer and control others. That is the main factor for Nigeria being a vassal state for the British Empire, which is what we are suffering today. Azikiwe didn't see this. He didn't, not that he didn't care to see it. Mbono Jike was advising him, say, oh na dia uche gide kwa ebe na-aga, uche gide kwa yo ihe na this Nigeria na juru gị ọnụ, biko uche gide kwa ebe ụzọ adịghịkwa ebe na-aga o. Azikiwe sị na alịkwa ihe na-akọ, ịmakwa onye mbụ, ịmakwa ebe m shi, ịmakwa akwụkwọ m agụrụ m gụwa ishi. Igbo people making mouths. I'm a professor. I'm a, do you know? I took I have eaten dinner with Esenhoa. So what are you telling me? Others are taking ground. The Sadwana of Sokoto was taking ground, busy capturing his ground. Azikiwe was there on top, flying. He wanted to be Zik of Nigeria. Zik of Africa. Very terrible. We could historically witness that the Europeans conquered the world by causing confusions between indigenous people. Anywhere they go, they cause confusions if there is no confusion. And they side with one to conquer the other, and thereafter turning back to conquer the other ally. The same system with the Fulani. The same system. Don't you see the similarities with the Fulani? Don't you see them? That is why they always subjugate their host community, because they are politically savvy. I'm telling you. If there was a civil war already, they will side with one in order to defeat the other, and thereafter take over the other ally. This is a very common but highly potent tactics: divide and conquer. As I mentioned before, countries need each other for economic and even military advancement. But when it becomes at the complete expense of one, it is simply neocolonialism. Do you understand? In this world, yes, countries need each other, both in materials, raw materials, different things. You see that Boeing, which is a European aircraft manufacturing company, it is not only manufactured in one European country. Do you know that? Maybe the wing will be manufactured in France, the tail will be manufactured in Holland, the main body will be in Germany. That is how they have the technology. They need each other. Do you understand? You see the International Space Agency. Sorry, it's not Boeing, Airbus. Before I make mistake, it's Airbus, because Boeing is an American company. I could remember. So it's Airbus. I'm talking European aircraft manufacturing company, Airbus. You understand? Now, each country specializes in manufacturing one thing, and after the whole things will be assembled. Yes, that is number one. In other words, also, other countries, every country needs each other. No person is an island. Do you understand? Because in every country, everything is consumed. Just as you consume things in Nigeria, things are consumed everywhere in the world. So you cannot all get everything in one country. It is impossible. So that is why countries need each other. But the difference is this. It's just like buying and selling. When you have your money, for example, you go in a market, somebody have something you need, you will go there, ask how much, he will tell you. Now you price. If it is for pricing, now you pay. The person takes your money, which he needs, and you take the goods or services you need. That is mutual respect, mutual benefit, win-win situation. Everybody becomes happy. But when you go to the market, and now something that you should buy for maybe 1,000 naira. Now, because the person there selling, he didn't know, the sent him, maybe he's a kid, he didn't know the value. How much? You say it's 100 naira. You pay immediately and collect. How many pieces you have? You say you have 20. You gather the whole 20 and pay her 2,000 naira. Is it win-win situation? The person that sell it is crying because it's cheating. Now you that bought it, you know that you know the price. You know that it's just equal to stealing. That is the thing they are doing in Africa. You understand? That is what Britain is doing in Nigeria. That is why they want the quagmire to continue. so that they will be coming to steal. When they drill oil, no meter. No meter, no meter. What we are saying, you know, when our leader, let me tell you the reality. When our leader was broadcasting, telling us that at the initial time, he said that there is no meter in the drilling site. The point to put, the crude oil, put it in barrels. Said no meter. Before God and man, at the initial time, I was thinking that, it's just like a ordinary statement, I thought this one is exaggeration. Until I read this thing in the news. I read it. Even I read it here in Radio Biafra. When I read it, when I saw this thing in the news from somebody in a high office in NNPC, he said there is no meter. Nigerians didn't know that there is no meter in the drilling of Nigeria crude oil. The same way they have been since they have been taking oil since 1900. That is how it is. Britain is taking. Therefore, they say Nigeria is exporting, taking 2 million barrels a day or 1.8 million. That is rubbish. That is bunkum, pure arrant nonsense. Nigeria might be drilling 5 million barrels every day, but because there is no meter, they will declare either 1.5 or 1.8. Inside that 1.8, the caliphate will steal. They will steal half of it. Do you understand? Into their private accounts. Now the other one in NNPC account, it will not be remitted. They will steal again. Before you know, it is a fraction of what is gotten there. That is Britain. That is how Britain have been stealing since more than 100 years back. And you saw Nigerians as real human beings. You see Nigerians as real human beings, for goodness sake. People, all these things doesn't make Nigeria to rise up. No way. Everybody knows. He don't know that this is the reason why you are suffering, because you are not independent. You are a vassal state, but controlled by Britain through the caliphate, the Fulani caliphate. The Fulani caliphate, they don't care about development. They don't care about advancement. What matters to them is conquering our land, taking over everybody's life, and now manipulating it, suppressing everybody. Do you see? Do you see? Okay. For your information, Russia accounts for around 20% of the world's production of oil and natural gas, and possesses large reserves of both. You understand? Of both fuels. Also, Russia possesses rich reserves of iron ore, manganese, chromium, nickel, platinum, titanium, copper, tin, lead, tungsten, diamonds, phosphates, and gold. And the forests of Siberia contain an estimated 1/5 of the world's timber, mainly conifers. Why are other countries of the world doing business with them with mutual respect? Because they developed themselves and removed foreign influence from their government. Without developing your own human resources, you end up depending on foreigners for everything, which brings the country down to a vassal state, a foreign stooge. Russia have all these things. They are using it for their own people. Why? They are still doing business with other countries of the world. But do you know the difference? They are doing it with mutual respect and win-win situation. The same way you will go to a shop and pay the normal price of something. You are happy to get what you want. The seller is happy in order to get your money. He will make little gain. That is how it is. But when you go in a place and virtually steal, you steal, the goods without paying, or you pay little, just a fraction, and cheat the owner, that makes you a criminal. That is what Nigeria is suffering. You know, let me tell you, and all these things are happening with the collaboration of the local politicians. Do you know that in Zamfara they have private aerodrome that is not controlled by Nigerian government, through where they ferry out the Zamfara gold out of Nigeria, and they bring arms and ammunition for for terrorists. It's a private runway aerodrome. Do you know that? No, you don't know. But you are in the same country, don't you? Aren't you? You are in one Nigeria. These people, all that matters for them, give us arms so that to go and kill and conquer Inyamiri, take over their land. They don't care whether everybody is going down. That is not their problem. That is why Nigeria is collapsing, and it will collapse completely. You know, this situation is the reason why there is a mad rush into Africa, into Nigeria, because they see in Africans people that could, because of their selfish interests, sell everybody into complete servitude. It happened during the slave trading. Without the collaboration of Africans, black Africans wouldn't be sold to foreigners, to the new world in Europe and America. Do you know that? Without the collaboration, even if you say, oh, they are forced, let me tell you, if they continue resisting, ambushing these foreigners, without the collaboration of the locals, slave trading wouldn't have taken place. Transatlantic slavery, it wouldn't have taken place. Do you know that? Maybe you don't know, because you are short-sighted. You are driven by emotion. This thing is still going on. One person, for one person to be on one, or Chiros on one, he is ready to invite foreigners in order to take advantage of his own people. And they will give him crumbs, and he will use it to be subjugated, to be on top. Tomorrow he will see you, he give you money for food, and you are happy. Hey, you don't know that it is the cause of your suffering. You know, sometimes I see people, they will say, oh, you see these politicians, you know, they are doing good though. You know, they are they are sending people, they are helping people. I say, look, Anene, have you forgotten the story of Anene? Lawrence Anene. Have you forgotten? He was robbing banks. The gang, they were robbing banks. But when they go to the market, the money they get, they take fraction of it and they spread it up, and people will be blessing them. Do you know that? Does it make him a free criminal? Does it make him a very good person that he didn't commit crime? That is what all these politicians, all these people you see as rich men, that is what they are doing. They curse you, they steal your destiny. Now they will come and give you money, or give you one Indomie, and you are happy. Hey, wow, hey, this person. Or he will take few people and sponsor for education, just 1, 2, 3, 4 people. And you are happy. Now look at what this man. But you don't know that he is a person that is stole everybody's destiny. You know, people, Nigerians are motivated by emotion. They are acting only through emotion, not through common sense. They don't have common sense. I say, Lawrence Anini, when he was a robber, if you go and rob bank, kill people and rob bank, he will go to some part of markets and give old men and women. Does he make him not a criminal? Does he remove him from being a criminal? Oh no, because he's giving to people, crumbs. A criminal is a criminal. That is the reality. Sub-Saharan Africa is simply serving as the source of raw materials and cheap labor to other world countries because they are collaborating with the locals. For centuries, Africans, sub-Saharan Africans, they are benefiting from the misery they are causing their own people by collaborating with foreigners. We are seeing it today, but in a modern way. Politics, democracy. That is the truth. That is the reality about it. That is the true situation. Before it was in a crude way. The olden times, during the medieval time, they put the warrant chiefs they put in place in our land. They continue collaborating with the white people, but in a crude way. Do you understand? If they capture you physically and tie you, their brother. Like Nwogogo Nwobani from Enugu State. They are go and study, go and read the account of his great granddaughter Tricia Nwogogo Nwobani. He's in the Google. His father was his great grandfather, his ancestor. He was a slave dealer. And the funniest part of it is that he was the person that brought the Anglican church in their community, which is still existing today. That is. But he was a slave dealer of his own people. Very powerful. He sent people. He have guards. He have people breed and give them gun, and he will go and capture slaves of his own people, even his own community. If you make problem with him, you are lost. They will take you and sell you as a slave. On Sunday, he will come and give Oririn so. Go and Google it. It's there. So it's not today they started. The white people have now understood that black people, they can sell themselves, they can sell their people for their own private interests. And that is why. Look at government's negotiation. Do they negotiate? They virtually they allow foreigners to bring in anything there without quality control, no control at all. They bring in poisons, bring in anything they want, and you eat. Now when you eat and die, when you are sick, they will tell you, your church, your daddy Joe will tell you is your uncle at home that is against your progress. So it's him that is killing you. You tell your children, cause generational feud, generational hatred inside the family. This is what we are suffering. We need to emancipate ourselves from it. Remember, I'm talking about the dangers of foreign influence, that is interference on local governance, and I'm talking about independence today. Now, when countries are politically prevented from investing on the human resources of their citizens, the overall result becomes catastrophic. The Fulani Caliphate steers all other indigenous populations to hate the Igbos, the Biafrans, and made sure to remove meritocracy in the Nigerian system, because they believe that if technocracy and others go through meritocracy, Igbos will be given most of it. Because of the hatred of Igbos, they removed meritocracy, put quota system, and Nigerians applauded it. Oh no, it's okay. You don't know that, when you put a snail in a fire, the liquid is gushing out. The snail will be thinking that he is quenching the fire, not that that liquid is life that is removing, that is getting out, gushing out of him. That is what Nigeria is. They believe that they are hating Igbo, they are doing Igbos, they don't want emancipation of Igbos, but they are killing themselves. Don't you see terrorism everywhere? Fulani terrorists everywhere. Is any person safe anywhere? The whole railway lines they built, are they using it? Why? Because of Fulani terrorists occupy everywhere. Why? Because everybody are being bent to hate Igbos. Oh, Igbos, they are domineering. Oh, don't allow them. Don't allow them get seaport. If Yoruba want to talk, they say, "Yeah, we will remove your seaport, or we will open seaport in Igbo land." Is it because we are, we give you monopoly of A and C port, and they will keep quiet? Oh no, one Nigeria is good. Sometimes I bet black people, mostly Nigerians, I say, why can't you be people of dignity for once and face the reality and say no to injustice? No. This thing, it doesn't matter that I'm benefiting part of it, but injustice is injustice. That is how real modern human beings, Homo sapiens sapiens, that is how they behave. That is why there was an outcry by the killing of, is it that black man, George Mayweather or something like that? What is the name? In America. Everybody stood up, both black and white, everywhere. Even dead in Europe. To the extent, Belgium people, the Belgian population, they went and hewed down the statues of Leopold II, their great grandfather, that killed Congolese for their benefit, that made Antwerp the capital of gold and diamond to the precious metals today. Their great grandfather that killed more than half of Congolese, exterminated them. The white European, because they understand that they are benefiting from injustice, they use the guise of that Black Life Matters. They went and broke down the statue of Leopold II in Belgium. Do you see that? Do you see that? Whereas you, because of the small crumb you are getting from injustice, you support it. It makes you a lower human being. You know, we say things here, the way you are miserable media, Nigerian media will not tell you. We tell it to you here so that you change. Because we want ourselves, we want people to change. That is why we say we talk how we talk. We cannot continue praising you in stupidity. Do you understand? Oh, black is beautiful. Oh, we are getting there. Oh, where are you getting? To hell? You benefit from injustice and you keep quiet. It's because of the hatred of the Igbos. Because if you talk, they will remove or they will open another airport, main international airport in Biafra land, and seaport. Now you keep quiet and you'll be running around the truth, benefiting from injustice. It doesn't make you a real human being. Do you understand? The Fulani Caliphate steered all other indigenous population to hate Igbos and made sure to remove meritocracy in Nigeria, because they believe that if technocracy and others go through meritocracy, Igbos will be given most of it. Instead, they are comfortable to allow foreigners to influence and run Nigeria to the detriment of everybody. There is this thing. I want you to see this. It's a news headline anyway. Boko Haram members are victims of social injustice in Nigeria by Sheikh Gumi. He is repeating the same thing. Sheikh Gumi has criticized the political leadership in Nigeria, saying that there is social injustice in the nation. Gumi disclosed this while speaking at a peace-building symposium organized in Maiduguri as part of initiatives to reintegrate former Boko Haram insurgents into society. According to him, the nation has a weak justice system, adding that the fabric of power is broken down. Whoever has any interest of our country, we have made available for him soldiers he can conscript. That is Boko Haram. Some Nigerians are riding private jets. Why some Nigerians don't know where to put their children in school? There is social injustice. If you go to the court system, justice is not there. The fabric of power is broken down. So the children are there to be used by anybody. So, do you see, when we say Igbo politicians are the most useless set of people I've ever seen, it started, until Ishi Bamala. I cannot stop talking about the catastrophe caused by started by Nnamdi Azikiwe. Anyhow, you see it. If had it been Nnamdi Azikiwe had the mindset of his people, or the heart of his people, or the interest of his people in mind, in the heart, he would have known that he was being manipulated. He could have resigned and said, no, I don't want to be a president. Oh. If that is a blackmail now to use me, I don't want to. Come over. After all, Ahmad Bello, he stepped down for Tafawa Balewa to be the prime minister of Nigeria. Don't you know that? It's Ahmad Bello that should have been. That is set up to be there, to be the prime minister. But he stepped down. He said, no, Tafawa Balewa, my brother, go there. Let me go back to premier of the North. I don't want to be the prime minister of Nigeria. Do you see how they move? Go and study history. You will understand this. Ahmad Bello, he brought Tafawa Balewa to the limelight and said, okay, go. You are the person to be I should have been the prime minister of Nigeria, but I don't want. I will be at the background. If you understand? Being the Sultan of Sokoto and the premier of the North, I should be. That is where I should be, serving my people. Now, but you be at that federal center, I will be your lifeblood, your taproot. We'll be working together. Look at how that is how human beings reason, for goodness sake. Not Aziki, we want to be all and all. I want to be president. Had it been, he had the interest of us, the unborn generation that time at heart. He would have stepped low. He will corner Mbonejika, call Michael Okpara and say, look, Britain have compromised me. They made me to borrow bad money on bad debts that I cannot pay. My bank, African Continental Bank, is bankrupt. Let me tell you people, because I don't want tomorrow I'll be a problem. Michael Okpara, you'll be in forefront so that I'll be in back. So that Britain cannot see any blackmail on you, on Bono Jike. That is how they do. That is how people that work closely together do for the interest of their people. Ahmad Bello did that. He stepped back and said, Tafawa Balewa. He gave Tafawa Balewa a push. Say, oh yeah, come to the forefront. I will be at the back. Defense. I will be defense, your defense. Be controlling the northernization agenda. Direct. Now you'll be the front there in the center. Doing anything I do, we'll be working together. And that is how they worked it today. Do you understand? But in our own, no, Nnamdi Azikiwe, who are you? You want to bypass me? Do you know who I am? Do you know when I started studying? I started fighting for independence. They never born you. You want to come now to be president? I beg. Anyhow we be. Even if I'm empty president, empty drum, let it be. Na my thing. You man on Debo. They don't care again. Look at what Gumi is talking. Defending terrorists. Whereas our so-called politicians are killing our people every day, labeling us hoodlums. The Supreme Court governor, he opened his mouth and said that hoodlums were slaughtered, were killed. Where they killed 14 people, 14 young men, his own people. Whereas these people are openly soliciting. Gumi said now, this Boko Haram people, they are future soldiers. So any government will come and recruit them. So they are standby. They know how to fight. They didn't start today anyway, defending their interests. They didn't start today. They know that our people, they don't defend our interests. They defend their own personal interests. That is why I call our people, we are still primitive. If not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is coming to civilize us. He came to civilize us, open our eyes. It doesn't matter where you are in this world. You are in the most developed country of this world. That is not the problem. It doesn't matter. You are still a monkey. You are still behaving. You see, not where was Obiano? Was he not staying in America before? He came back and behaved like a monkey. He was, and looted everything and run away and come back. By now, only can radio Biafra now. Other people are doing the same thing, thinking they are doing well where they are in America, in different parts of the world, developed world, where they have electricity, where they have everything, but they still want to go and cause more misery. And you see that these people go to people with black mind. People with a black mindset, they still want to go in order to loot from the people. That is why, the revelation from one of our comrades, a principal officer in the US the other day. He said one woman, we called the name of that woman, that she's doing well, she have company in the zoo, she's doing well, but she still need more. He want to still steal. Whether Chin, Madam Chin, I don't even want to know the names of these low lives that I call them. That's why I say it doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't shake me. You have a private well. I look at I'm telling you, a very low life. You might be thinking that you are enticing in a shine 2024 car, but I'm now a monkey driving a car. That is what I'm saying. Because when somebody, we have the mindset, I want this, I want a company, I want a car, but in your big an IPO be with Zoshi. People find out one way or the other, inflate in here $1,000, yes, no 5,000. Now the sharp. What do you call that person? Because 247. Whereas we are fighting to liberate our people. Sometimes if I think like this, my head wants to explode, honestly. So how can human being have this type of mindset? That's why I tell you, I don't believe that our people are behaving like this because of hunger. I say, shut up there. Now, which kind of hunger? This is a character. It's a onyoshi. Even if onyoshi today Yawuro billionaire, he will still steal. He will want more. He will want more. Oliver Twist, he will need more. That is the truth. So any person he can never steal. Even if he's dying of hunger, he will look at you and laugh. He will never fall. That is it. Hey, because he's hungry. Get out. We must continue, please. In this case of Gumi talking about the injustice in the zoo, I don't know. How can the caliphate prevent their population from acquiring Western education just for their selfish interests and turn around to blame others? It is very ridiculous indeed. Oh, no injustice. The other day he said you have to take care of the Fulani in the bush anyhow. So they will have a country of their own. People in the city or renting houses in the village, they are not wise. So it's a Fulani, anywhere in the bush they go and stay, usurp people's lands, stay there by force, committing crimes, terrorist acts, and government you have to come and beg them, and don't you see that we are in a mess? When I read all these things, I sigh and say, we are in a mess, a complete mess. Countries and nations in Europe fought for and or negotiated their independence to run their lives and advance in their own pace. and in their own pace and ways, their own paces and ways. But we could neither advance nor progress because we are being caged by foreign influence and interference in our political lives due to the madness of the Fulani Caliphate. We Biafrans are living solely for the interests of the British Empire and their Fulani Caliphate stooges. We work very hard, but they receive the full rewards of our hard works. The only way to get out of this slavery is the restoration of Biafra. We can do better. Independence, let me tell you, we move out. It doesn't mean that we will not interact with other countries. No. But we have to come out in a win-win situation on any negotiation, on any transaction, because we have to bring something on the table also. You know, when you don't bring something on the table, you will not be respected. When every time all you ask is give me. Other countries are sending missions to space, to other planets, calculating on how to enter Mars, build cities in Mars. Whereas, and even now, they are trying to harness rare resources, rare mineral resources in the space. All these are technologies. Whereas what matters for the Fulani Caliphate is how to sell their gold, remove it, sell it, and get watts of dollars. Don't you see that these Europeans, they are the Caliphate is light years away from these people. That is how they are drawing us back. But we need to be independent, where we can use our brains in order to get what we want, human resources. Because when you can be able to bring something out of your brain, bring out something on the table, you get respect. You'll be treated with respect. But whenever tire, you import tire. You import one out tire. You understand? Use the tire for 20 years in the streets of Europe, in garbage dump. You go and buy it and say, oh boy, put it in container and send it to Nigeria. How will you gain respect? I could remember, but they have destroyed all these things. I know also Ferdinand Enterprises, where he built a tire. That man tried anyway. It's late. He built factories in villages, in Idato, even in Olo. He built, but Anyuku, any person that enters here, I know what I'm saying. He loot, thinking now, sharp, all the sharp. There was even tire manufacturing that time. But all these things are gone. Because of, I know policies of the caliphate, I know the characters of our people. You build industry. You build something that will profit. If it grows, it will profit everybody. It will bring more employment. And any person that goes here, if you are in the headmaster of one department, you want to steal everything. You loot everything and run away and travel abroad. It's very pathetic. I'm saying Biafra be with a law. I get you law. I'm telling you honestly, because we have very savage character. I'm telling you before God and man, what we call as wisdom is savagery. It's Nigeria that useless our characters. Where you are in charge of collective money, you think that you can do away with it anyhow you want, because you are the person, you are the manager, or you are a person in control of it. If Biafra come with law, people, our leaders say, if you touch one penny that belongs to government, to the community, they will bring you and hang you in your father's compound, and your family will pay for the rope they use. If it is rope, if it is guillotine, the same thing. For sharpening the guillotine, your family member, your family will pay. If it is bullet, your family will pay for the bullet. That is how they sanitize China. Otherwise, Nigeria destroyed us. So that people working even in company, they put you in company, whereby you manage it and it will grow. Company of your brother, or factory. You collect the whole money and run away. If it is a taste to buy, you buy raw materials and sell it anyhow and run away. We must continue in what we are doing, because what we are doing here is emancipation. We want to emancipate ourselves first mentally before the physical independence. If we continue like this, we will be serving foreigners, because loopholes everywhere. Basket, carry basket, go to river and fetch it. You cannot fetch it. No, it will not contain water because it have holes. That is the way. This bad character, this Neanderthal character, is the basket, is the loopholes of what we are doing. It's the loopholes of countries. But with law, you build a plastic waterproof. With law, you build a metal so that it will contain water. Do you understand? There are many dangers of foreign influence or interference on local governance. The only way for us to get out is the restoration of Biafra. That is how we should get out of this slavery, because we're in a slavery. You understand me? We are in a slavery. Look at, I just look at the main political setup in Nigeria today. The candidates. Even if it's Yoruba man, he will have a Hausa supporter as a vice president. If it's a Igbo man, he will have a Northern supporter. Let me call Northern of Caliphate supporter as a vice president. Why people don't think about maybe Igbo man having Yoruba vice president, or Yoruba having Igbo vice? Have you heard it? That one, they will laugh at it and say, this one, wow, because that is the way Britain structured it. Do you remember the tape I played of Harold Smith, sorry. He said that Britain tried right from beginning to make sure that Igbos and Yorubas don't work together as a people. That they don't work together. And that thing they did is still in place today. That is why you can never see Igbo presidential candidates having Yoruba as vice president, or Yoruba presidential candidate having Igbo as Igbo man as his vice president. They will be laughing at it, because you have to connect to the owners of the country. Do you see it? The main managers of the country, the caliphate. Do you see it? We need to get out of this slavery by restoring Biafra. Double your efforts. That is why if I see any person or hear any person that is talking about money, all his effort is to come to IPOB and make money, I look at you as a more simple. You are a cancer that should be removed. This is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to go on just few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines. I will open the lines when I come back, so that Biafrans will call in just for a few minutes before I close the program. Please do not go away. I'll be right back. Do not go away. Please, I'm sorry, what I want to play is taking time, but we must not stop in what we are doing, please. I will be right back. Do not go away, please.
calling to ask about Biafra. Worldwide phone call campaign alert continues. BBC, a propaganda machine and racist media set up by the Great Britain to oppress the oppressed people of Biafra. BBC, your media war propaganda of 1967 that led to the genocide of over 3.5 million Biafrans, men, women, and children, did not stop us. Do you know why? Because we are the sons and daughters of the great lion from the tribe of Biafra. Our minds are made up. Your shenanigans, antics, and fake gutter media will not stop us either. We must and shall restore Biafra. Biafra worldwide phone call campaign alert continue. Now pay close attention. Be polite when you call BBC and use the following prompt when you call. Hello, my name is. You tell them your name. I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victims of genocide. Since you are obsessed with telling lies about Biafrans, here are 5 more questions to consider. Now, this is the question to ask BBC. We are witnesses to BBC racist coverage of terrorism, implying that black Africans' lives don't matter. Yet the same BBC rallies the whole world at the slightest terrorist incident in the United Kingdom. Here is the second question. But when it comes to Nigeria, BBC not only hides terrorist killings, but they slander the victims and survivors of terrorism and genocide. The third one, when will the grand patrons of lies and hypocrisy, the BBC fake news network, make a documentary about the daily slaughtering of Nigerians by Fulani terrorists and the government of Nigeria, whom you protect, so that London may plunder Biafran's resources? The fourth question, is the oil and gas of Biafra the reason that BBC is obsessed and terrified by the agitation for freedom by the victims of 400 years of British colonial thievery and crimes against humanity? And the fifth one, we call on the good people of the world to ask BBC and UK government why it aids and abates the genocide in Nigeria by spreading lies, propaganda, and disinformation against Biafran freedom fighters. BBC, we know that you are United Kingdom government agents of imperialism with no modicum of shame. Take down your wicked fake documentary against the victims of genocide and stop your sadistic meddling in the lives of black Africans. Now pay close attention. This is the time to call BBC. You can call them 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Biafran time. Date 4th of July to 30th of September 2022. Now grab your pen and paper and pay close attention. You can call BBC switchboard on this this number, +44-2087-438,000. I repeat, +44-208-743-8000. Or you can tweet at BBC News. You can also call BBC Customer Service, +44-3700-100-222. I repeat, +44-3700-100-222. Or you can also tweet at BBC Press. I have not finished. You can also call BBC Studios Limited, +44-208-433-2000. I repeat, +44-208-433-2000. You can also email BBC News Channels at bbc.co.uk. BBC, we shall vanquish. BBC, do you know why? Because we are Biafrans.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land. And today is the 11th day of August 2022, being Thursday. Remember, tomorrow I will be here with some members of the DOS, Mazi China Sanworu and Mazi Ogechuku Nnachi, on an interactive session, question and answer. Revelations will be made in order for you to understand some issues that is going on or that are going on in our land. Also on Saturday, being the 13th of August 2022, our HOD is going to come to address Biafrans on the current affairs. Please do not miss these days, please, these 2 days. Therefore, our lines are now open. Our direct line is +1-213-328-6224. I repeat, +1-213-328-6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61-405-142-547. I repeat, +61-405-142-547. Please, when you call, be brief in your views on your statement, because I will just take few calls, please, because of another schedule. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi Jonathan. Good day, sir.
And there, well, welcome to the program.
All right, my name is Mazi Fanyi. I'm calling from my location. Mazi, I love this your program this night. First of all, I thank our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kukalo, Ahmadike Biafra and Kembo, Aligo, and also I thank all IPOB members. I thank the OS. I thank you, Mazi, for this program. Yes, what you said in this program is fact. We must have a very, how am I going to put it? Very serious, constitution. To fail to do anything which is the project that that have been given to you by the masses, you must pay with your life. Because I could remember when our leader said that even if you are elected as a
Mazi, are you there?
You must follow the. I'm here, Mazi. I'm hearing you.
I know, I understand.
You must follow
understandable. The zoo. Go on, go on, please.
Yes, that you must follow the guideline of the manifesto towards the government. The government brought in for the development of our people. That they can never come as maybe prime minister or whatever. You start bringing your own agenda without following the the line or the manifesto of the existing program, maybe in terms of infrastructure and other things, that you can never bring your own. You must follow the line of the agenda which the government have set already for people to start accomplishing. So it's good, because without that, our people are very greedy. Our leader said that if instead of Nigeria to be better than Biafra, it's better Biafra not to come. So we must have a stringent constitution that can make every one of our elected position candidates to follow the existing procedure and manifesto of the government. Not that when you come you put your own. Mazi, I don't want to waste much of your time. I thank you for this program, and also I thank our leader Mazi Nnamdi. Let me stand by for that so that other people can call. Mazi,
thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you very much for being brief, for making it brief and sweet. That is what I solicit today. Please, caller on signal, welcome to the program. Please make it brief as the first caller did. Can you hear me?
Okay, sir. Then Jonathan. Are you hearing me?
The whole world is hearing you, not only me. Go on, please.
Okay, sir. Then Jonathan, she keep put the chagile there. Biafrans all over the world, we go to Kabia Madraili. The chicken. There's them there to shake. All these saboteurs, that rope, I get hang on the hula. Start slave with Biafrans and take our land. They will pay for it. If they have eyes, if they have ears, let them listen to you and listen to IPOB and listen to their chicken. Let them bring our leader out. And second now, the Kanu has come to do the work of Abia. And the heaven and earth are bearing with IPOB. Completely. Jonathan, the heaven and earth is bearing us witness. So we want to be free. Let Britain live in that. Jonathan, which means they want to tell you that you will be a slave. You dead, Jonathan. Britain is telling you the one that you will be slave. And then Jonathan, it is a lie. You are freeing yourself and you are freeing me and you are freeing every Biafra. Remember for me that will die there. Don't check. Biafra is settled. Kabia is fully in charge. Biafra is all over the world. Let me be brief. Anywhere you are on this earth, as long as you know that you are a Biafran, prepare yourself to come back. Not because of any property anywhere. Your property is safe. Come back to your land. Jonah chapter 1. Jonah chapter 1. Jonah disobeyed Chukwokikabiam, but he later went for the work. Then Nnamdi Kanu has come to do the work of Chukwokikabiam. And then chapter 5 and then chapter 6. Then Jonathan, then Nnamdi Kanu come to rebuild the temple of Chukwu. And I said it. They destroyed it in 1904. And that temple must be rebuilt back for us to worship our own God. We are Chukwokikabiam. Biafrans, we don't Chukwokikabiam at the right level. Then the chicken doesn't get the name of that. Then the name of that. You can't be back. And some people can be sharp with back. All Biafrans.
Almost here, Biafra. Thank you very much, Mazi. There were for being brief. I applaud you. I'm telling you. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
As I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
There were.
Good evening, great Biafrans all over the world. My name is Mazi Wisdom. I'm from Ohaju, Imo province, Biafra land. I'm calling from my location. Mazi, I just want to be brief, as you said. Mazi, do you know foreigners controls everything in Nigeria? I mean everything. Do you know that the Lekki toll gate you mentioned about, that they shot people? Do you know that people that killed the people protesting there was foreigners? The soldier they brought from Niger and all that. That is why they are still compensating Niger. But in Nigeria, they don't know anything. They are the soldier brought from Niger. These are the people that came to Lekki toll gate and massacre people. But what I wonder is, those people that they still massacre and those people that partake in that protest are the people doing campaign for the same criminals today that are campaigning to be president of Nigeria. Those that kill them, you know, and those that Britain, like what you said, that if you want to become president in Nigeria, you will first of all go to Britain. Is Britain that, you know, when you present what you want to do, is then that will check if they will take you or not. The same people that Nigerians are the one listening to, the looters. Nigeria youth, you should think on how to kill your looters, how to kill all the people looting you dry, and not to re-elect them, not to put them into office. Then I want to say something. Like the Northerners, they don't value education. That is why ASU is on strike over 6 months, and they don't want to do anything about it, because the Alamajiris, they don't go to school. But the same students are today calling for election 2023, as if they ring election 2023, they will do anything. They can't do anything. They will still depend on IP. But we are telling Britain, we are not supporting anybody, and we can never support anybody. What we need is a total freedom of Biafra and the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who committed no crime, but Nigeria government committed crime against him. So what we are calling is Biafra, and Biafra we shall get. Anybody talking about the election, who are you elected? The same criminal, the same people that are looting us dry, the same people that make our life to be miserable today, are the same people you are calling to voted. Mazi, I don't want to say much. May Chukwu bless you as I sign off from my location. Thank you, sir.
There, Mazi, thank you very much. Yes, thank you. I remain blessed. Caller on signal, can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on signal.
I can hear you, Mazi. Good evening from here.
There, Mazi.
Yeah, thank you very much. Semi Chris, I'm calling from Italy. Yeah, Mazi, you have said a lot of things in a few minutes. You talk about the foreign influence. Foreign influence is exactly what happened in Libya of recent. If not that the opposition went to France to be recognized as the government, the France government could have not come to Libya to destroy Libya. And now they have come into Libya, divide Libya into, they have a Tripoli side and downtown side. And these two people are fighting themselves while the oil and everything are being cut away. That is what the Europeans do. And they must do this thing in order to sustain their life. That is exactly what they do. They make sure that they put vision. He says something now, from the onset of the election, there hasn't been any time that Igbo man was the president and the Yoruba man was the vice. It must be either Igbo man, Hausa man, or Yoruba man, Hausa man. The Hausa cannot, the Fulani cannot allow you to bring Igbo and Yoruba. They will not tell you that they are being discriminated, they want to go. And in order to bring them in so that they will follow up, that is what we are looking at. As it were, just, they could have killed him that time, they did kill. That's the only answer they could have. What you said last time. And that's, let me just brief on this point. You talk about what I see in IPOB. It hurts me too much. And I don't know whether this is also the influence of Nigeria. Somebody either is fighting for vision or is fighting for money. You see him talking about oath, we take oath, under oath, but he's doing evil. He's lying. Is there lying? Doing something that he knows that is not truth. He said, we're under oath, but he lies against his comrade. That is what hurts me in this idea. Our people, we must be sanitized, mentally and otherwise, because this thing I see inside some people, I share tears every day. You see that person talking about it, you have to take oath because we are under oath, but to inside him, when you see the truth against is something, he will not say it because of his interest. Thank you, Mazi. God bless you.
There, Mazi, thank you very much. This evening, I'm very, very happy for our people, honestly, for keeping with the time. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Please go on, please, but as brief as possible, as you can see. Go on, please, Mazi. Caller.
Yeah, Mazi, good evening.
There, whoa.
Yeah, yes, Mazi. My name is Paul, calling from Gabon. Mazi, good evening. I bless you and your family for the job you are doing for us. I want to greet our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. May God protect him in the DSS dungeon and make sure that he come out safe. That is why what I'm saying about United Nations. I said it last week that United Nations must rise up to their responsibility, because Nigeria government is a terrorist government. What they said about the release of our leader Mazi Nnamdi must be they must be specific with it, and make sure that they pressurize Nigerian zoo terrorists to release our leader, because our leader is an innocent man. For concern for the constitution you are talking about, Biafran constitution must be intact, and we must be serious about it, because otherwise we are not going anywhere. Anything concerning law in Biafran land must be authentic, and it must be that is no joke about it, because law is what is guiding the nation. You can see in a white man country, when you do something wrong, you know that you have done something wrong and you are going to jail for it, not to bribe or whosoever, or if I see you are a child of this person or so minister, you go free. Can't you see how Ikekwemaru is going trial in London? If he's there in Africa, they will shoot the dollar, shoot the pounds, then they will release them and they will go. That's to show you what is happening in Britain. And the Biafran nation must be the other Africans must learn what we are going to do in Biafran nation. So, Maz, I don't have much to say. What I have to say this evening is that Biafrans should rise up. Wherever you are in diaspora, in Biafra land, we must grab our nation. Nobody can give us our nation. We, Biafrans, we make sure that Biafra comes for the generation yet unborn. Maz, thank you for the opportunity you give to me. Thank you, all Biafrans around the world. May our leader, Mazi Nnamdi, be protected in the justice dungeon by the spirit of Otukoko Abiyama. Thank you, Mazi. Remember blessed.
There, Mazi. Thank you very much. I have here our Wada Marian Heather. Can you hear me, Wada? Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi. Good afternoon, sir. Mazi Jonathan.
Welcome to the program, Wada. No.
Thank you. Good afternoon, my fellow Biafrans. My utmost respect and regards and prayers for our Hamadike wherever he is. I believe and I know surely that the hands of God are protecting him and carrying him in his bosom. And my utmost respect again to DOS under the leadership of our able Mazi Edoziem. Quickly, Mazi, I listen to you again. I always, say this anytime I have opportunity. You are an institution. Let me touch one or two things. I'm going to be quick because I know we don't have time. Now, you talked about laws. Even in the zoo where we are, laws, they have laws. The issue is not promulgating laws. The issue is implementing the laws, which is what you will touch today. Because we have laws in Nigeria, but they don't implement it. And just like somebody that raised and continue to raise a child, children do not look at what you say. They pay attention to what you do. If when we have laws and they are not being implemented, that is what is bringing other people to say, if Okeke can get away with it, I might as well indulge in it. That's what I'm going to say about that. So when Biafra comes, I believe it's not just promulgating laws, it's implementing the laws. No matter who breaks the law, they must pay the bill. They must pay the price, I meant to say. Now, when it comes to Zeke, what the story of Zeke tells anyone that pays attention, he didn't trust anybody, because when you compare him with the people from Hausa land, that means Madu Bello, whoever that yielded that position to the other one, trusted his brother. So he had a problem of trust. But when you go back and look at our people, There was a time in Igbo land, let me talk about Igbo land, if not Biafra in general, where one's word was worth more than writing any agreement. Handshake was good enough because we believed then in that Asia Haka Ego. So the argument becomes, when did we deviate from that behavior? Because what you call that today, Mazi, in totality is behavior. We moved away from our core behavior, our principal behavior, which was names were better than good names. We are valued more than money. So that's where we are now. Because even with what we are doing, look at Hamadike. God raised him up. He stuck his neck for us. But because other people feel they are not the ones that come up with this vision, that is why you see them trying to undermine it. But thank God for people like, you know, the DOS or Chinedu, Mazi Chinedu and other people. So that's what it's orientation. I don't know, you know, how long it's going to take up, but Mazi, it's a mind thing. When people begin to understand that values, the value of your name and who you are should transcend how much you have, because all those physical things we're acquiring are going to perish, but good name tarries for a long time, Mazi. So I just want to highlight this. I don't want to take a lot of time because, you know, you said it. I don't want to violate you because I respect you so much. So Mazi, these are some of the things we are struggling with, and I hope that we get it as the messages are coming out from the University of Radio Biafra, telling us to segue from this behavior that has made us to not think about us as a people, but as an individual, because there was a time we were investing in us and believing that those who have been invested will come back to impact the society. Again, even at that, we must look back again and realize that even where we are now, what perpetuated or fermented all these things, because even when you help somebody, that person you have helped becomes the person that wants to outsit you in that position. These are the problems we have. We must learn how to trust one another, begin to build on that, and learn to know that my individual accumulation cannot just help the society. We must collectively think of my neighbor, because when we all stand up as a group, then we can forge ahead as a group, because every candle must burn off. But how many candles do you light when you are lighted as a candle? That's what I'm going to say, Mazi. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. God bless you.
Thank you, as always. You are on it, honestly speaking. We must continue. I think I'll take 2 more calls. Caller on WhatsApp, thank you for holding on. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi. Good evening, sir. My name is JP, calling from my location.
Welcome to
Mazi, I want to thank you for all that you have been doing to us. I say, may Chukwu Kabiama bless you and bless your family. Mazi, you are a blessing to humanity. Mazi, I envy you, honestly speaking. In fact, you are more than a teacher. Mazi, I want to, last week you were telling us about the young man, a young Christian, that renounced his Christianity based on the killings on the Biafrans children, that he picked a magazine and he put it at the back of his pocket.
His name is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple computer, and this thing you are seeing today. He's a man. Go on, Mazi.
It's okay, Mazi. That is what I've been trying to reach you to ask you about his name and where he come from. But today I'm happy that I've been able to reach you online. Mazi, may Chukwu Kabiama bless you and bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You people will live long and the Biafra we will get. Thank you, and Chukwu Kabiama bless you. Thank you, Mazi. Bye from there.
Thank you. Remain blessed too, because we all are different units working towards one goal. That's it. You use your own talents. I myself, I do the same, using my own. without coveting yours, or neither you doing the same to mine. And we go to the same, the same focal point. That is the reason why you see termites, ants, millions of them, small creatures, but they raise up ant hills. Very formidable. We should learn from little things like this. Caller on WhatsApp, I think you're going to be the last caller. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Mazi, go on, please.
I'm calling from. Let me speak to I'm calling from Abagana.
There, Mazi, go on.
This is my first time on getting to do here.
Yes. Mazi, earphone.
I always listening to
earphone. Are you using earphone? Please, you remove it. Okay, go on. I know the zoo now. I know. Go on, please. Mazi Gani, go on. That's it.
Yes, everybody. Normally, if you are not
Mazi, your network is not strong at all. How, Chineke? That is what we are fighting to liberate ourselves. I'm telling you. Do you see? If we are free, do you know that this problem of electricity? I'm talking about problem of electricity. Do you know that Biafrans will liberalize electricity? You will see young Biafrans constructing things that will give their communities electricity and being funded by the local government. Very simple and easy. Everybody will be enjoying electricity. Not talking of connectivity. We have people, we have talents that can do things, but Nigeria is a stumbling block. They stop it, they block everything, and people are pushed into criminalities in order to make ends meet. That is the reality. Going to Yahoo, it is where we are pushed into. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think I've closed. Please don't call again. I've closed my calls, my phone lines, please. We have to remove ourselves from this mess we are in, where we are being bonded with people we didn't know, people that progress is not their concern. They are content with being blocked, staying in 7th century. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu advised the caliphate. He said, look, if you people are real in making progress, do you know that you can be the highest producer and exporter of milk, dairy products, if you organize yourself well? Do you know Holland? What is the population and size of Holland? They are the highest exporter and producer of dairy products, including milk. I could remember when we were small, one we called Dutch baby. It's a powdered milk. It's from Holland. Because they organized themselves. Our leader even went to the extent of giving this caliphate expo, tutoring them on how to even only Niger State, only Kanu. One state they can make it even a cow rearing place. Turn it into you see, carry them, instead of trekking with cows for kilometers, hundreds of kilometers, the cow will be weak because it will affect the quality of the cow meat and production of milk. But this Fulani, The caliphate, their interest is not, making progress. What they want to do is to use their normal system, since they have been using to conquer Senegambia, to bring ferment problem and conquer Futajelon. Jalonkes, the land of the Jalonkes, and named it Futajelon. The Medina, where they call Medina in Mali, even in Mauritania, with with cows. The same method they want to use. They are not interested in developing of cows and dairy products. That is not their that is far from their from their reasoning or their intentions. After all, they say that every bush belongs to government, so they have the right to be everywhere, fermenting problems everywhere, so that the people will run away for them and they will take over everywhere. But their ass is grass. What my problem is not with the Fulani, but with the indigenous population that are seeing what is happening, instead of focusing their attention on doing something in their own way, imitating IPOB. Instead, what matters to them is Igbo man. Hey, now wow, Igbo man. Hey, Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we will never stop. The caliphate thought that they were giving wrong information by the infiltrators in our midst. They say, once we get once you people capture Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, rendition him, give us 1 week, 2 weeks, we will destroy IPOB. They don't know that they will meet brick wall. It is still surprising them till today. We shall never stop. It doesn't matter. We shall never stop what we are doing. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is who we are, our identity, our ideology. We never had ideology before. When you ask a Biafran, what is your, even politicians, what is your agenda as a people? Say Nigeria. Now we go PDP, APC election, MPN, MPP. I could remember when it ran when we were little. MPN, NPP. That is the only thing that matters to them. Whereas the caliphate, they were busy galvanizing, protecting the interests of their people till today. Protecting the interests of their people. Northernization is Fulanization agenda, but they just called it Northernization agenda in order to be palatable to other people, other indigenous people, to be carried along, because the Fulani, they are masters in politics. We must continue doing what we are doing, never to stop. Any person that comes into this struggle in order to make profit, benefit from the blood of people, the spirits of our land will never leave that person and their generations, or his or her generations alone. They will continue tormenting them. Even after the person, the generations will continue suffering. The same way Okpabiasika's generation, they suffer until they abandon their father's name. Now they are answering other names in order to hide from the people. But the spirits know them. The spirit they tormented, the spirit they killed, their bodies, they know. The same with the Ifajuna, the same thing. So we must continue. Biafra Restoration is not a profit organization or where you come and make profit. You put your own effort, your own finance, anything you can put, your own knowledge, your own talents, in order to, as I said, termites, every one of them have one thing or the other. They are little, but before you know, they build a very big, huge anthill, because all of them are playing, they have one focus. They are focusing on one thing. That is the success of the whole colony. That is what we always focus on. Therefore, thank you for listening onto this hallowed platform. Do not forget to tune in tomorrow, being Friday, where I will be hosting Mazi Chinasanworu and Mazi Nachi. Also, after tomorrow being Saturday, Mazi Chike Doziem will be here in this hallowed platform in order to address Biafrans. Thank you for listening. And from me, from here, it is simply good evening.
Ọchịwa bịala m ọzọ n'uwe onye kara aka onye kpọrọ akpọchi ike ye ọchịwa na London uwe yie ije ihe ji ego eme na Manchester ye udele na-eri ozuwe udele na-eri ozuwe udele na-eri ozuwe udele na-eri ozuwe opu ụzọ dị mmanụ udele na-eri ozuwe vampire ndị moye udele na-eri ozuwe Ojobara kwaka Opudele neriosu Ojobare mojiyo Opudele neriosu The Supreme Court Governor Opudele neriosu Udele neriosu Opudele neriosu Opudele neriosu Otribushi munne Udele neriosu mwamuna Hey, Ochiwone London Let's take this apart na France Manchester. Udele neriosuwe, udele neriosuwe. Vampire ndi Imo State, yes, vampire ndi Imo State. Hopu zodi manuwe, hopu jobana kwaka. Amadaram hopu zodi manuwe. For 2004, Rona for 2006, Mbone Sowari, Ndi for 190. Mbene video coverage, Kamatara hopu zodi man. Amanuya sonyo kwego. Others in their more play. Supreme Court Garanyani as governor Nimo Aro Aquana Hona Aro Nimo State Father Mbaka Bialele Only for a hope Nimo Sachineke Barage Elebina Yapu Hebasraya Yapu Hebasraya Oh when you Gorani Sachineke San Hope Nimo State Sachineke Anahona Hope Child Ngono hatige hopu zodi manuwe Bagaya dero no na manuwe Anumera Limo State yaruwe Anumera nyaruwe Tinyera niye Ojobara kwaka Amusune Mama Nue. I will be to Yahoo Plus. I will be to Yahoo now. All here to joy us on my hand for Yahoo. That's I am my home. That's I am. DJ, what you want? Why you